Dear friends, many people still think that eating as many vegetables as possible is always good. But the truth is, it's not that simple. Medical research shows that some vegetables, if consumed the wrong way, may not only fail to provide benefits but can silently build up toxins, harm the liver and kidneys, and even increase the risk of cancer. It sounds alarming, but this is a fact that nutrition experts have warned us about. In today's video, I'll share 7 familiar vegetables that you should carefully consider when buying. If eaten the right way, they're healthy, but eaten the wrong way, they can be harmful, especially dangerous for older adults. So, what are these vegetables, and how exactly do they affect the body? Stay with me until the end of this video to find out in detail. Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any new updates. Every video from Live Well Every Day is a friendly, easy to understand reminder that helps you and me take care of our health naturally, safely, and without spending much. If you've eaten any of the vegetables I'm about to mention, or if you're unsure how to use them correctly, please leave a comment below. I'll read them and do my best to respond, walking side by side with you, day by day, to maintain long-lasting, sustainable health. And from the bottom of my heart, I wish you and your loved ones strength, peace, joy, and a long life surrounded by family. Now, let's get started. Dear friends, the first vegetable I want to talk about today is amaranth. Back in my hometown, amaranth grew everywhere in the garden. Every summer, my mom would pick a big basket of red and green amaranth to cook soup with dried shrimp, or simply boil it and dip it in fish sauce. She always reminded us, eat amaranth to nourish the blood and cool the liver. Good for both the elderly and children. Back then, I simply thought vegetables were safe, and the more we ate, the better. But after learning more about nutrition, I realized amaranth has 2 sides. It's true that amaranth is rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, and calcium, great for blood, bones, and cooling down the body. Older people eating a bowl of hot amaranth soup on a hot day often feel lighter and sleep better. However, studies also show that amaranth contains a lot of oxalates. If eaten frequently and in large amounts, oxalates can crystallize in the kidneys, raising the risk of kidney stones. For anyone who has had kidney stones before, this is especially concerning. On top of that, if amaranth soup is left overnight, its nitrate content can turn into nitrite, a compound that medical science warns may increase the risk of stomach cancer over time. That's why my sincere advice is this: eat amaranth only about 2 to 3 times a week. Most importantly, cook and eat it the same day, never leave it overnight. Just by being a little more careful, we can protect our health for the long run and continue living happily and healthily with our families. The second vegetable I want to talk about is Napa cabbage. Back in my hometown, every winter we would often buy Napa cabbage to cook soup or pickle it into kimchi-style fermented cabbage to eat with hot rice. It was absolutely delicious. My mom used to say, eating Napa cabbage helps cool the body, provides plenty of fiber, and makes digestion easier. I used to believe this vegetable was so good you could eat as much as you wanted. But after studying more about nutrition, I learned there are important things to be aware of. It's true that Napa cabbage is rich in vitamins A, C, K, and dietary fiber, making it beneficial for digestion, heart health, and the immune system. When eaten in moderation, it helps keep the body strong and bones healthy. The real issue lies in how it's prepared. According to doctors, pickled Napa cabbage that hasn't fully fermented contains very high levels of nitrites. Once inside the stomach, nitrites can combine with gastric acid to form nitrosamines, compounds identified as potential cancer-causing agents. Many older adults experience stomach pain and nausea after eating young or under-fermented pickled cabbage for this reason. Additionally, Napa cabbage belongs to the cruciferous family. Eating too much of it raw can interfere with iodine absorption, which negatively impacts thyroid function, especially dangerous for those who already have thyroid conditions. Right finger, that's why, when eating Napa cabbage, it's best to cook it thoroughly. Cooking not only makes it easier to digest but also much safer. If you want to enjoy pickled Napa cabbage, make sure it's fully fermented and sour enough before eating. Never eat it while it's still green or sharp tasting. And remember, don't overuse it. Instead, vary your weekly vegetables to keep your nutrition balanced. Dear friends, the next vegetable I'd like to mention is luffa, sponge gourd. In my hometown, nearly every household had a green luffa vine climbing across a trellis. During summer, its bright yellow flowers bloomed, and tender young gourds hung down beautifully. I often saw grandmothers and mothers harvesting luffa to cook soup with Malabar spinach. It was sweet, refreshing, and easy to eat. Many also believe that eating luffa regularly made the skin smooth, and for new mothers, it helped increase breast milk. Indeed, modern medicine confirms that young luffa is rich in vitamins A, C, calcium, and fiber. It helps cool the body, acts as a diuretic, supports digestion, protects the liver, and benefits heart health. For older adults, a bowl of luffa soup with shrimp on a hot day can make the body feel lighter and improve sleep. But not every luffa is safe. Once, a neighbor of mine bought a luffa that tasted bitter. After eating, the whole family developed stomach pain, nausea, and had to be rushed to the hospital. The reason? That unusually bitter luffa contained cucurbitacin, a natural toxin plants produce when crossbred or stressed by harsh weather. Even a small amount can cause poisoning, dizziness, or severe diarrhea. Furthermore, in traditional Eastern medicine, luffa is considered a cooling food. Eating it raw or drinking luffa juice can chill the stomach, cause abdominal pain, and lead to digestive disorders, especially risky for older adults with weak digestion. For people with low blood pressure or frail body types, eating too much luffa at night can cause fatigue, drop blood pressure, and disturb sleep. Right finger, that's why, when buying luffa, choose tender young ones with light green skin, firm smooth surfaces, and no bruises. When cooking, if you notice a bitter taste, throw out the entire pot. Never try to save it. And always eat luffa cooked in moderate amounts, about 2 to 3 meals per week. Prepared correctly, luffa is a delicious and nutritious vegetable. But if consumed the wrong way, it can turn into a poison that harms health, especially for older adults. The fourth vegetable is sweet leaf, katuk, a very familiar green in the countryside. When I was a child, I often saw grandmothers and mothers picking sweet leaf from the garden to cook soup with minced pork. This dish was refreshing, easy to eat, and even children enjoyed it. In the old days, people praised sweet leaf as the vegetable for new mothers, because postpartum women who ate sweet leaf soup were believed to produce more breast milk, replenish blood, and recover faster. Indeed, modern medicine also confirms that sweet leaf is rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, zinc, calcium, and especially dietary fiber. It helps boost immunity, improve vision, aid digestion, and prevent constipation. For older adults, a hot bowl of sweet leaf soup after a meal helps promote better sleep, supports liver health, and soothes digestion. However, sweet leaf also has hidden risks that not everyone knows. Many people have the habit of grinding raw sweet leaf to extract its juice for drinking, thinking it helps cool the body. But doctors warn that raw sweet leaf contains papaverine, a compound that may cause smooth muscle contractions. For pregnant women, drinking raw sweet leaf juice could increase the risk of miscarriage. In addition, sweet leaf is considered a cooling vegetable, so if the elderly consume too much, especially raw or undercooked, it can cause stomach chills, bloating, and indigestion. Research also shows that eating large amounts of raw sweet leaf over time may reduce the body's ability to absorb nutrients, leading to fatigue and poor sleep. Right finger, that's why my advice is, always eat sweet leaf only when fully cooked. and in moderation. Older adults should limit themselves to 2 to 3 bowls of sweet leaf soup per week and avoid eating it raw altogether. Pregnant women must absolutely avoid it. Prepared properly, sweet leaf is a nourishing vegetable, but eaten the wrong way, it can quietly harm your health. The fifth vegetable is water spinach, morning glory, a popular dish available almost year-round. As a child, I remember that in every summer meal, there was always a plate of freshly boiled green water spinach, dipped in fish sauce with garlic and chili. Country folks often said, "Eat water spinach to cool the liver and beat the heat. You'll never get tired of it." Indeed, according to nutrition research, water spinach is high in fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, and magnesium. It's great for digestion, liver health, bowel movements, and preventing constipation. But here's what many don't expect. Water spinach also carries hidden dangers if eaten the wrong way. Because it grows in water, it's highly susceptible to contamination with parasites, liver flukes, or bacteria from ponds and rivers. If eaten raw, or only lightly blanched without being fully cooked, there is a high risk of parasite infection. This is especially dangerous for older adults with weaker immune systems, as it can lead to stomach pain, prolonged diarrhea, or even liver damage. Moreover, modern medicine has found that water spinach can interact with certain medications. In particular, when taking tetracycline antibiotics, eating a lot of water spinach may significantly reduce the effectiveness of the medication. Patients who eat water spinach carelessly while under treatment may find their medicine less effective and their recovery delayed. Right finger, therefore, my advice is, only eat water spinach when it has been thoroughly cooked. And never eat it raw. When buying, choose spinach grown in clean environments. And avoid produce from polluted water sources. And if you're on medication, especially antibiotics, it's best to avoid water spinach altogether so as not to weaken treatment results. Eaten correctly, water spinach is a simple, refreshing country dish, but eaten the wrong way, it can unintentionally bring illness into the body. Dear friends, the sixth food I want to talk about is bamboo shoots. In the countryside, whenever the rainy season came, people often harvested wild bamboo shoots to boil, stir-fry, or cook into soup. One year, my family received a whole basket of fresh bamboo shoots as a gift from relatives. And everyone thought they were delicious, crunchy, and completely harmless no matter how much we ate. But the more I learned about nutrition, the more I realized that fresh bamboo shoots can be dangerous if not prepared properly. According to medical studies, fresh bamboo shoots contain a compound called cyanide. Once inside the stomach, cyanide can turn into hydrocyanic acid, a highly toxic substance that can cause acute poisoning with symptoms such as nausea, headaches, dizziness, and even difficulty breathing. There have been many cases where people had to be rushed to the hospital after eating bamboo shoots that were only lightly boiled. In addition, bamboo shoots are high in oxalates, which can crystallize in the kidneys and increase the risk of kidney stones. For older adults with weaker kidneys, eating a lot of bamboo shoots over time can lead to back pain, painful urination, and higher risk of stones, especially for those with stomach problems. Bamboo shoots can be hard to digest and cause bloating and discomfort. Right finger, that's why, when preparing bamboo shoots, you must soak and boil them thoroughly several times, discarding the first batch of boiling water to reduce toxins. Never eat raw bamboo shoots. And don't consume them too often. Older adults, children, and those with kidney or stomach issues should be especially cautious. Eating bamboo shoots occasionally in small amounts is fine, but making them a regular dish can be very harmful to health. The last item on today's list is winter melon, also called ash gourd or wax gourd. In the countryside, every household was familiar with winter melon soup cooked with shrimp, light, cooling, and easy to eat. I used to think winter melon was completely harmless and the more you ate, the better. Many people even believed that drinking raw winter melon juice could help with weight loss and make the skin beautiful. But after studying more about nutrition, I realized winter melon also has two sides. According to traditional medicine, winter melon is sweet, cooling, and helps clear heat, promote urination, and detoxify the body. Eaten properly, it's very beneficial for health, supporting weight management, liver health, and heart function. However, if consumed the wrong way, winter melon can pose risks. Because it is very cooling, eating too much, especially at night, can chill the stomach, cause abdominal pain, diarrhea, fatigue, and even insomnia in older adults. Drinking raw winter melon juice is even more dangerous, as raw melon may contain natural toxins that can cause nausea, dizziness, or even poisoning. Doctors also warn that eating large amounts of winter melon at night can overburden the kidneys, leading to frequent urination, disrupted sleep, and overall weakness. For those with low blood pressure or frail body types, eating too much winter melon may cause blood pressure to drop further, leading to dizziness, fainting, or collapse. Right finger. That's why winter melon should only be eaten during the day, ideally at lunchtime, and only in moderation, about 2 to 3 meals per week. Never drink raw winter melon juice or eat too much at night. When eaten the right way, winter melon is truly a healing food on the dining table, but eaten the wrong way, it becomes a double-edged sword that harms health.